Hey guys, how's everyone doing? My name's Maximus,
My name is Ethan.
and welcome back to the Reincarnate Pod. Two dudes talk about anime because we fucking love this shit.
Dude, we love it. How are you doing today, Max?
You know, Ethan, it's coming to a bittersweet time for me. I got 2 weeks left of college. Pretty excited to get out of here, get on with my life. But I got to tell you, it's been a ride. Been an absolute ride. Made some great memories, some great friends, you included. And either way, I got big things to look forward to. How are you doing, Ethan?
Man, I'm really happy for you. Listen, I was actually just talking to you a little bit before the pod here, just on reminiscing and all these sorts of things. I mean, I met Max back at school, right? And I've been in the corporate world for a little bit now, and I'm just saying, hey, you just enjoy it while it lasts. You got a couple weeks left here. This goes for everybody else out there. Let's say you've got a little bit left. You're a senior. You've got like graduation to look forward to. Just enjoy it while you can, right? I'm not saying to go out there and just like party like crazy. What I'm saying is just enjoy the atmosphere, right? I miss being around young people all the time. I do miss the lively atmosphere, though. Waking up in the morning, seeing my friends in the same building, it was great, right? But also, kind of just for the same thing for everybody else, keep looking forward and keep moving forward. I'm not
Exactly.
gonna dive into Attack on Titan. Something about pushing forward and freedom across the water, right? But just just look back and remember these memories are very they're very recent in your memory right now. But as it's been for me for a little while, I look back on it very fondly. So just you know don't take it for granted. Enjoy it while you got it. And I think on that same vein, on enjoying things while you got it, we've got Chainsaw Man this week, which is what a man, what an IP, what a this came out of nowhere, and I remember reading this back. This is the year I met you. Actually, is when I started reading this. Back when I lived in.
When you're a wee young lad.
I was a wee young lad. Yeah, when this kid was still sleeping on the beanbag in my living room for months and months. And listen, it was
Listen,
we.
brother, I was 18 years old, okay?
Yeah, you were, and
All
I.
right, all right.
I was just trying, I was obviously the best influence you could have had, and I
Oh,
just
obviously.
so with Chainsaw Man, I did want to jump in. This one, I loved the manga. The manga, I love the art. I loved a lot of things. Obviously, it's like a super horny anime, so it's like very all over the place, right? And there's
Yeah, but
just
it's kind of awesome.
it's great. Listen, I love it. I mean, let's talk about the movie. The movie was insanely good.
Ooh,
I woke up.
wow.
I had a buddy of mine, Fern, came out to visit, and we went at 10 in the morning and went and saw this movie, and that movie was incredible. I mean, we can get into the movie in a second here, but the animation was flawless, right? The voice acting was great.
Absolutely
Uh,
incredible.
what a just fantastic work of art, right? So just kind of to start off with Chainsaw Man, I really want to just dive into the beginning that we start with, right? We've got Denji jumping in. We get to meet him and Pochito, right? Where
Pochita's
Denji,
so cute,
dude, what a
dude. Oh
cute
my
little guy.
god.
I want to
What
get
a
like
what
a
a what a cute little guy.
right.
And he's a devil. And what does he do? He gives Denji his heart. Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
god.
It feels so good. It's like it's some of the moments in this show like is like I remember in the beginning when Denji's getting ripped apart by the zombies. Like, yeah, that's a brutal one. That's a real brutal one. I mean, they do a really good job of establishing how brutal this world is with a lot of these devils. I mean, you can look at something like the Leech Devil or the Bat Devil when you've got Power and Meowie, right? There's a lot of
Yeah.
heart wrenching moments in this show, but I think that's really what like the highs and lows are so cool. You have all these incredible scenes of like intimacy that you get in the movie with the bomb devil. I can't remember her. What is her name at the moment? I can't remember.
Reze.
Yeah, Reze, the Reze arc. I mean, it's named that. But yeah, I
Dude,
mean, you have these
this fucking
super
idiot.
intimate, like beautiful moments that you get to see when she's teaching him how to swim and like the way that Makima and Power have developed relationships with Denji. I mean, it's so cool, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you also get these insanely wild fight scenes where you've got Denji riding Beam in this. Again, spoilers, everybody. You get Denji riding Beam and the giant Sharknado reference. Like that was so sick, dude.
Or when Reze like turned her knee into a missile and just fucking like boom right onto Denji. That was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, fire, dude. This
Absolutely fire.
anime came with, I would say, it became a cult classic relatively quickly. I mean, aside from just having some batshit crazy characters who I find it relatively hard to relate to, which I think is fun in a show because you see Denji, who's obviously got like multiple screws loose, but that's also kind of the point.
Just a
Is
few.
a
I mean, he
good
did sell his testicle.
he did sell his testicle. I honestly forgot about that. I mean, man's got to eat,
Hey,
right?
I mean, man, gotta eat. And if I had the debt that he had, I might sell a testicle too. Not both of them though.
No,
You know,
yeah, you
let's be very
gotta.
clear. He held on to his manhood. He had a dream.
He
He
not
he had
only
a
did he
dream,
have a
and
dream,
he held on to it.
that man held on to his dream, and he kept that dream's what kept him going. And honestly,
Yeah.
that whole show is about that man's dream and how he's chasing him.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
Pochita supporting him the whole way, right? Uh, just what a beautiful thing. I kind of wanted
Yeah.
to
I
dive
think that.
into. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that starting off with Denji as a character, I think this is a very different kind of, uh, a different kind of MC than the shows that we've taken on so far, right? Like Yuji is this, almost as if he was built for this world, but Denji's kind of the exact opposite. Like he just kind of happened to fall in it because he incurred his dad's debt, found this devil bleeding out and gave him his blood. He just kind of like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yuji also kind of just rolled into it, but Denji, it just feels different, right? And rather than this like I want to save everybody, this dude just wants to hold some tits.
Yeah, dude. Right? I mean, like a
And
man's
like
got
and
a
like
dream.
I can relate. I
I
can't lie.
Dude,
like
it's just like, yeah, this kid who's just had nothing his whole life, and is eating white bread. If he can, he's having a little bit of bread for breakfast. He's splitting it with his boy. He's dreaming about that, like Denny's Grand Slam, which, dude, that boy is dreaming about it, and it's like, you have this character who isn't necessarily gifted or talented and is starting at rock bottom. Uh, what do That's my boy. My boy just sits there and he starts climbing. I mean, you get to see him go through all these different stages of like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm in debt. Oh, I'm doing this because I want to survive. Oh, I'm next stage is up. Oh, wait a minute. I just killed a bunch of zombies. Wait a minute. Now I've got this woman in my life who wants to provide for me. Wait a minute. Now I can start making money. I've
mommy.
got clothes. Mommy? Like, okay, first off, Makima. Man,
I think that's where it all began for
it,
me.
that was the moment right there. That was when I knew
That was
this
the
show.
moment.
That's when I knew this show was gonna have me in a fucking vice grip, dude. Though, like, I think that the way I mean, for those who have read the manga, right? Uh, those who have an idea as to what's going on in the show, if you're further on in the series, right? You know that Makima has a vice grip on a lot of characters in the series, and
Absolutely.
the essence of control that she maintains pushes the story forward. And I think that there's some
Crazy,
moments.
you phrase it like that, considering the contract that she does hold.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little subtle with it. I'm not trying to go too crazy.
Ooh.
But yeah, like I think that if I'm gonna dive into something that I think really stands out for this series, I think the thing that I would jump at is the idea of how the devils work. The idea of fear being what propels a devil's power level forward, I think, is really cool. And the gun devil is an incredible example of that, right? Uh, I mean, especially in the we can look at like the United States where we have like shootings pretty frequently, right? I mean, I think all
Yeah,
over
pretty
the
frequently, especially at schools,
yeah at schools, probably not a good
which is
thing.
very quite
Yeah,
unfortunate. Quite
probably not a good
unfortunate.
thing. Probably not a good thing.
It's not exactly a great time when foreigners just kind of think of us as that.
Yeah, yeah, and it makes sense though because this devil would 100% have this fear factor. It would be scaring
Oh,
all these people. Like I'm
100%.
like, yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense to me. I mean, there's levels to it, of course. I mean, once you get into the manga, you get to like the darkness devil, That's where things get really cool. You get these primal fears where these devils are almost godlike. I mean, I
Mm.
wonder. I mean, there's probably so many devils we never even got to see, right? That I would have loved to have some sort of like. What about a nuke devil, right? Can you imagine what that's
Well, I
like?
think that can kind of go into the bomb devil, like in the sense of like, yeah, don't get me wrong, nukes are much more aggressive than normal bombs, but at the same time, it's like when you think of a nuke, you still think of a bomb.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
it feels like it all ties in. Now, of course, giving Reze the ability to just set off a fucking nuke would have been a little aggressive.
It would have been a little overkill, I think. A little bit overkill.
Little overkill. I don't think we would have seen much Sharknado happening if the entire city went up into a mushroom cloud
No, no,
of
absolutely not.
radiation.
I think.
So I mean, but I definitely think that would kind of roll over into the bomb devil.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
I think that
like
late on me.
personally, if we're talking about ones that didn't get shown,
Hmm.
if we were going purely based off of my fears, the clown devil would be fucking absolutely blitzing people.
Terrifying. Yeah, listen. If it was the doll devil, I'd lose my mind. There's no way. I recently rewatched.
Wait, you don't like Annabelle?
No, it's funny. It's funny you say that. I actually recently just rewatched Annabelle, and I was like shitting
Oh
bricks the
shit.
entire time. The Annabelle movie series when I was growing up was like the only horror series that I'd ever seen. That and like the rest of the Conjuring series. That fucking doll scared the shit out of me. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like I think it's because when I would stay at my grandma's house when I was growing up in like a rocking chair, she had this old Cabbage Patch Kids doll that just sat in like it looked almost like a Raggedy Ann doll. Terrifying. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Listen, guys, I had to throw that thing out of the
No.
room. Couldn't sleep. So if there was a doll devil, I'd be just straight up fucked. Frankly, straight up fucked.
Setting aside the let's call it the essence of the power system. What do you think other than that really stood out to you in Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, I think that there's some really cool moments that really push through. So like, let me think. The lesser devils being powerful yet not necessarily like a cataclysmic level, I think is a great way to introduce villains that may not necessarily have a lot of longevity. They use them as like plot devices. It feels like. So for example, we had it's either the worm or the leech devil where we get to meet Aki with the fox devil, right? But that also leads me to wonder, like these stronger devils that have that give out contracts, like the future devil, fox devil, all these different ones that what's the name of the group? Is it like the man, Chainsaw Man? What is the group named? Like the organization.
Oh,
Oh man, I'm losing it. Public safety,
the
devil
Del.
hunters, the public safety group, right? So like, I wonder why in the public safety group there are devils that give out contracts because you would expect them to be much more dangerous or quote unquote scary or feared, right? But you have things like the future devil. Like, yeah, I'm scared of the future, but I think you can use something maybe a little more, I don't know, terrifying.
Well, I mean, when it came to the future devil, like I think, when Aki was getting his one, um, they made a good point of basically the future devil saw into his future, and the only reason that he made a contract with him was because he said, "Oh, this is going to be a fucking shit show."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna sit in your right eye,
And I want to watch the whole
right?
thing go down. Yeah, that's exactly what it
Yeah.
was.
So
And I
I mean,
all
I think that there's definitely some sort of personal gain to kind of being a part of these people's deaths. Um, but other than that, I kind of agree with you. I don't really fully understand the whole contracts thing. If devils are supposedly trying to run the world, why are they just giving out partial of their powers rather than just kind of taking over?
Yeah, and so something I wanted to dive into was like some of the fun devils we got to meet. So one of the really fun arcs that I really liked was when Denji is with public safety going with Aki, and we get to meet. God, I hate to really bring this up, but the woman with the ghost devil. What is her name? It's like a Kemi, I think, or that might be the crazy little girl. That's Kobeni. Ghost Devil Chainsaw Man. Sorry, everybody. It is like 11 o'clock at night. My apologies, everyone. Max is getting off work. We're running a low energy pod tonight.
Yeah. The brain is not exactly cooking, as some would say.
No, we're
6-7.
yeah, six. Okay, no, none of that. None of that. But no, I think what's really fun is when we get into the Eternity Devil portion, when they're trapped in the like kind of almost the back rooms, infinite apartment complex thing they got going on there. When Denji for like multiple days, they all try to sacrifice him because they're tired of waiting, and he jumps down in there, and for 3 days he's just fighting and he's just consuming the blood and he's regenerating and he's fighting and he's doing this. That's terrifying. Like that is an insanely cool sequence of events because it goes to one, it tells you that Denji's a psychopath, right? And you have to have a screw loose.
Yep.
They said that you have to have a screw loose to be a good devil hunter. So we've already got that kind of pushed out there. We've got an idea of what some of these powerful devils can be like the Eternity Devil. Physically, the only way it can die is if it allows itself to die. And it allows itself to die. So it tells you that Denji's a freak. Right. It also tells you, it gives you a little bit of power
Freak of
scaling.
nature.
But I think what it also does is that portion was it really goes to show like the mental state of some of these public safety devil hunters. So you've got Aki and then the woman with the ghost devil. I'm losing her name. I'm sorry, everybody. Don't flame me in the comments. It goes to show those two right there are kind of just hanging out. They're like, yeah, let's just go take a nap. Right. I mean, Power's doing the same thing. But then you've got Kobeni and then the other kind of intern-like guy. They're both tweaking the fuck out the entire time. So it does a really good job of showing, hey, you got to have a screw loose. You got to be willing to do some shit you're not wanting to do, right? And you have to be able to handle that sort of thing, which, again, I think is like the mark of like a broken psyche. That arc's really, really great. And some of the things that I really wanted to jump into was, bless you, the movie.
Thanks.
I think the movie was an excellent production. Absolutely excellent production. The animation.
Yeah, hot take. It was better than the Demon Slayer movie.
That's not even a hot take, dude. That was just so good. It was so good. Like, that might be one of, if not the best anime movie, I think, that I've seen outside of something like Redline or like Akira. Like, my favorite classics. I think of the new age movies I've seen, that is definitely at the top.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the production value, the animation. I mean, it also just did a really good. I think it was paced really well, especially in the beginning where we kind of got this like this small little love story between Reize and Denji, which I mean, in all honesty, kind of turned out to be true. But it just, matter of fact that they had to fight, plot.
Well, if only.
But
Makima
you got
didn't
this
come
really
into it,
well.
man.
Yeah, if only that fucking bitch. Wow.
Hey, don't talk about Makima like that, man. Don't you dare.
I'm so sorry.
Don't you talk about Akima.
So
Don't you talk about her like that.
Ethan, please forgive me.
I forgive you. It's okay.
Okay, good boy. Anyways,
Okay.
Moving on. No, but I think it was just like produced so well, paced incredibly well. I mean, the for most of the manga, I haven't caught up completely, but for the majority of the manga, it's paced really well, and they did a really good job of showing that in the movie. Obviously, Beam is absolute one in a million character. He's up there with Toto.
Yep.
Absolute goats.
Ride
right?
or die.
An absolute rider like that is the man you want as your number two. That's the man you want by your side when shit goes rough. Because what the fuck is he going to do? He's going to swim up into the sky and just be there for you, right? He's just like, who cares that bombs are flying? He's there for you.
That's
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that entire again, I'll mention it again. That sequence in the with the Typhoon Devil, where Denji is still fighting Reize, and he's riding Beam, and they're like tearing up the side of like it almost looks like intestines for the Typhoon Devil, where they're like tearing along it and using the chainsaws as almost like a way to like of locomotion. Insanely good. I think that scene as a whole is still etched into my memory just because of how. Like, it was just a powerful scene, and it knew it was going to be hard to do, and things like the CGI that they used in season 1 where I was falling off, they really did a great job of just putting a ton of effort into this, and I think they knew it was going to be successful, and I'm glad they put as much effort into it as they did. It definitely deserved that. Um, with that being said, this show is, I want to say, a coming of age story is like a really nice way to put it.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so what I mean by that is like Denji is getting to experience all of these new things. Like you can think of Denji as almost like a baby, like a baby with some like severe trauma, you know, uh, because he hasn't gotten to experience any of these real human luxuries that we're so used to experiencing as like a day to day life, right? Denji wasn't eating as well as the rest of us, not taking baths, he's not socializing, he's not hanging out with, people. Like even when I was a kid, I was like in preschool, I'm still hanging out with other people my age. I'm getting to socialize, I'm getting to understand social cues, right? And the poor kid didn't get to see that. So he's got
He did
all
not.
these what we kind of laugh at, right? Are these visions of like grandeur to him are like, getting to third base with a lady, right? Like getting to do all these things, like eating toast with
Pretty cool,
like
to
all
be
these
fair.
different. It's sick. No, don't get me wrong. It's sick.
It's pretty
But
cool.
like my boy's like, I want to eat toast with different types of jam on it, right? I want to take a nice bath, right? Like little things like that mean so much to him, and I think it's fun. I think one of the most heartbreaking. This is a bit separate. I just thought of this one though. One of the most heartbreaking moments of that movie for me was when Reze, after their fight, is running back to the diner to see him when he said that he wanted to see her, and you see him in the diner waiting with flowers for her, and she's running through, and then Angel throws the spear down into her, and
Yeah.
you have that really rough moment. She wanted to
Yeah,
go
that
see
really
him,
rough
man.
moment where there's the two sides of one. Denji's going to spend the rest of his life thinking that Reze just kind of abandoned him, while Reze's, well, she's dead, but she's going to spend whatever she's doing, thinking that Denji set her up, right?
Yep,
And
exactly.
I
And
mean, that goes that takes a 180 right back, full circle actually, right back to Makima's control of basically this entire world of Chainsaw Man.
yeah, and Makima, I mean, especially in the early chapters of the manga, she's such like she's an enigma, man. Like you have no idea if she's good or bad because she seems good because she's looking after our main character, but then there's just so many little points like the Makima is listening like sticky note.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
that is crazy. Like I remember reading that, I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? And of course, you get later into the manga and you get to see, well, not necessarily just the manga, but like the manga, and then you also get like the different parts of the movies and the anime that we've seen. I mean, we're really getting hinted in as to what's going on.
yeah, absolutely.
It's good
I think
stuff.
another part of Chainsaw Man that kind of really I really enjoyed. This is, we find this out later in the manga. I believe. I think we find it out later in the manga, where again, spoilers alert, where the Chainsaw Devil basically has like a separate ability from just being able to rip the chainsaws out, right? That he is able, like when the Chainsaw Devil kills another devil, that devil is done,
Yeah,
gone forever,
erasure.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
My boy's the
I think
hero
that
of
is a
hell, baby.
really
He's the hero of hell.
the hero of fucking hell,
Yep.
right? I think that is such a cool aspect, right? Because it's we're taking down a step from, just our MC being this overly overpowered character, right? Where it's his strength that sets him apart. Where, don't get me wrong, the Chainsaw Devil is absolutely, he becomes really, really fucking strong. But that's not the point where, that's not that, like, his strength isn't that of which it's, outdoing the darkness devil,
Yeah.
right? Or the death devil, right? It's not getting to that point, but because of that singular ability, the erasure ability, he's able to, in a way, compete with them at a lower strength. I think that is a really cool addition to a character.
Yeah, 100%, and it adds like a little bit of differentiation to where it makes this I remember when I first read about Chainsaw Man in some like forum somewhere where someone said to read it. Like I was like, why the fuck is a chainsaw so important? You know, I don't think it like yeah, a chainsaw is like scary. I'd rather not die due to a chainsaw. That'd be terrible, right? That'd be a really bad way to go. Uh, but like I didn't think that it was gonna be anything that could compete with the primal fears again being darkness, death. I'm assuming things like famine, pestilence, things of that nature,
What the
war.
fuck does pestilence mean?
Pestilence is like disease, like the black. Think of like the Black Plague. That would be considered like a
Okay.
pestilence. Uh, like
Listen,
these
listen.
things.
In 2 weeks, when I have a college degree, you can start using some fucking big words, all right?
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Okay. For now,
Yeah.
let's tone it down a little bit. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
So another thing I did want to bring up that I thought like one of those heart wrenching moments that sticks with me still is after Himeno dies. I looked it up. That's her name, the one with the ghost hand, Aki's mentor. Uh,
She
the
low-key a bitch.
I fucked with her heavy, dude. Don't you talk about her like that. Don't you
Nah,
talk
bro.
about her
She
like
was
that.
low-key.
You
She was
listen,
low-key a bitch.
listen. She forced herself on Denji. Yeah, problematic. I'm not going to say that she's okay because yeah, fucked up.
Reverse the roles, kind
Yeah,
sir.
listen. But also, there was a really, really fun moment when the ghost devil hands Aki the cigarette that says "Easy Revenge," and that stuck with me. That was like my phone wallpaper for like months. I loved that. Like that manga panel, I thought was just so just very pretty. I thought it was just like very well thought out, and it hit really hard because when she's dying in the manga or in the anime, and she's like slowly just like parts of her are disappearing, and the music is playing, man, like God, that shit hurt. That shit hurt, man.
You know what manga panel stood out to me?
What's that?
The one of him aura farming over the graves. That shit was tough.
Which one?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Hold on,
No, no,
hold
no,
on.
no. You're gonna have to show me what you mean. Like what do you mean? So like when he's Orifarm, who are we talking about? Denji? Are we talking about Aki? Like who are we talking about
I'm
here?
talking about Denji when he's like in his Chainsaw Man.
Oh, you're gonna have to show me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what you mean here.
This one, this
Yeah.
panel. Hold on.
Okay. Let's see what we got working here.
Keep your Discord right now. We'll
Yeah,
throw it
I'm
up on
looking.
the screen real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking. We'll put it up on the screen. Oh, dude. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Fire.
yeah, like
Fire.
that, that one, that
Fire.
probably for I don't know how long that photo stood in my brain,
Yeah.
but like that's the kind of shit I tattoo on myself.
Yeah. Just horrifying.
Now that I'm saying it, that's not a bad idea.
No, no, man. I like.
I might do that.
I've got a hot take for the avid manga readers here. I didn't like when after the the original series with like the Gun Devil arc kind of ends, and you have the Makima arc and that ends right. I didn't like after that when they introduced the War Devil and like Denji starts going to like the school, right? I didn't care for that arc. I think if they ended it after the Gun Devil portion, it would have been like I think that would have been much better. And I know that I'm sure a lot of people are gonna like shit on me for it, but I think that it really would have been very well put together, tied together with a bow, clear and succinct. I would have preferred that. Might be a hot take. I would have preferred it. Again, not my vision. I'm not the author here, but I think that
What
yeah.
did Denji go to the Devil World? Well, hell,
Um,
during the Gun Devil arc, or is that after?
I think that's like during that portion in time. I think that's during that because well they end up in multiple different places. Are you talking about when they have like the doors on the ceiling and shit, and then they're like seeing the Darkness Devil? Because that's in the that's still in that first portion, like the first arc there.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what I'm talking. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been read to that point.
I mean, it's been a minute. I watched like a refresher video before this, but like
Yeah.
I wish I would have. I mean, the last time I read it when I read the series previously was like years ago. But I did go through and kind of skim through it up until the point now. I want to say
I
like
think I had actually read up to a large portion of it when you had told me about it, like when you had originally read it.
I do remember us talking about it for a good period of time. I
I
think
think that was actually my intro to manga. Now that I think back to it, that was like the first manga I ever read. Like I was a very anime only,
wait,
and then after that, I kind
actually,
of yeah. After that, I really dove deep into like because then I read Solo Leveling, and
yeah, there you go.
then I read the Hunter x Hunter,
I still got to read that one.
and then I kind of just I kind of just bulled out from there,
Yeah, dude.
reading
Like
a bunch of fucky wucky shitty fuckies. It's
the good old fashioned stuff, baby. Uh,
yeah, dude, it's great. It's awesome.
so Chainsaw Man to me is,
Tell me,
I think outwardly it has
whisper it
a,
in my ear.
yeah, I think outwardly it has a lot of these like real raunchy themes, and everybody's making jokes because like obviously there's like the toilet scene where, Denji's like grabbing yitties, and then there's the Makima scene where Denji's grabbing
Good man.
yitties, and then there's
Good man.
also the Himeno scene when she's spitting beer into his mouth, and boys like he's what he's like a kid.
Good man.
Obviously there's a lot of fan service that comes along with this, and it does kind of go quote unquote. I guess it follows a plot line, right? And it does, and I think they do it well, right? I relent. They did it well, but I do think that like this show has such complex themes of like just loss and sadness and just like regret, and then the animation is very good. You have all this really good fight scenes. You have some crazy like later on when Denji's not Denji anymore and he's Chainsaw Man. It's this whole thing, right? The show is really good, and the manga is even better.
I will actually say that actually just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
When I feel like in a sense like Denji's character kind of builds up to becoming Chainsaw Man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like his character is very lost in space,
For
right?
sure.
Like his brain's not there, right? He's not sure where like I mean he's in a way sure about where he wants to be, but he's not. He's just very lost in his head, right? And that kind of transition into becoming the actual Chainsaw Man, and then just kind of following whatever Makima tells him to do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it really felt like that in the entire series was building up to that point, right? Like it did feel very on brand for his character, and I really like that, right? They it didn't really feel like that much of a okay, this does make sense now, right? Like if you had somebody like Yuji just randomly become like you know what I'm saying? Like somebody so like strong-headed, strong-willed in a sense.
Like I said, it would be similar to like if Yuji just like randomly became Sukuna, or
Yeah.
it almost would be it's more similar to like how like in Naruto the nine-tailed fox would take over and do things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of, I feel like it'd be more similar to that if that were to be the case.
It feels like if like after Naruto and Kurama had merged and then he just said fuck it, let's go back.
Yeah,
That would be weird,
it would be weird.
right? As for Denji becoming fully Chainsaw Man, that made a lot of sense. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good. That was solid. That was solid.
Well, and
That
I'm
was
glad we
solid.
got to see
Makima's
that
boobs,
too.
very
Because,
solid.
well, I'm glad we got to see that portion, especially as we get like deeper into the manga. There, I'm glad we get to see like him fully like realized as this, because all the other devils are like fangirling over Chainsaw, but we don't really get to see what he used to be. We only get to see what he is currently. So we kind of have to piece together what he was through stories of other people as well as his actions as he becomes Chainsaw Man fully.
Yeah.
So, just really good stuff. The show's awesome, guys. I mean, if you want
Yeah.
like, I don't know, if you want something a little like not necessarily brain dead, but like a little brain dead where you can just like have a good time watching a show, and like, especially if you want something that like feels good at some points but gives you like quite an emotional roller coaster. Man, this show is entirely worth your time.
Absolute roller coaster of emotions. But I couldn't agree with you more. This show is a good time. It is an emotional roller coaster. It has great animation, great characters, great side. It is an incredible show. And if you have watched the show but haven't tapped into the manga, I would definitely recommend it. I'm not all the way through it, but I get like that. That will be finished very quickly.
Yeah, trust me, guys. Like if you're looking for something that has that longer form content, you want something like a movie along the lines, right? The movie is insane. You gotta watch it, guys. You
Absolutely
gotta
insane.
watch it. Like, it
Anime movie of the year for sure.
oh, for sure. There's not even.
2025.
I think it's probably of the stuff that's come out since 2020. Like, just definitely the best. 100% the best.
Yeah.
Specifically with
For me, it's like Chainsaw Man, JJK Zero, then Demon Slayer Infinity.
man, that JJK Zero movie was fucking great.
It was
Man,
incredible.
that was
But Chainsaw Man was better.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, really glad you're coming along for the ride here. Sorry for the low energy one, but we're really happy to be able to kind of do this thing for y'all. And well, hell yeah, don't fall under control of Makima. Remember, Makima's always listening, and
Yeah, she's listening.
have a good rest of your day, guys. Thanks for tapping in.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.